Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, of course, we talk about the Champions Trophy in detail. Now, all the excitement, all the hype is certainly there as well. And if you talk about the stadiums, we talk about the games, the matchups, everything is in line now. Now, the Chairman Pakistan Cricket Board has been actively involved in the entire process, along with the team that is in charge of the Champions Trophy meeting deadlines as well. So we'll talk about that. It's, cricket coming back after a long hiatus, so we'll discuss that in detail as well. And I think the most important thing at this moment, if you keep on reading whatever the PCB has been saying, after every passing day, after every passing week, the PCB has updated the fans and the media and the international community on the progress of these stadiums as well, which I think in a collective move is something very, very popular now to meet these deadlines. And this was something that has not happened in Pakistan since quite a while now. After 1996, you're hosting the first ever ICC event, and the weightage of this, the importance of this should be gauged, should be understood by the fans themselves as well, and by everybody involved in Pakistan, because this is a huge moment for Pakistan cricket. So we talk about that. We tell you that Champions Trophy promises top cricket after a long wait. Rawalpindi Stadium renovations are at the final stage. 3 matches are scheduled for the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. Security arrangements have been reviewed for the team's safety as well. Then, of course, we move on. We discuss Steve Smith, who has now entered the elite club of Test cricket. Of 10,000 runs, he is now the joint second fastest to 10,000 runs with Brian Lara, and of course 115 test milestone. He surpassed 10,000 runs in 205 innings that he has played. He set a record with 78 consecutive tests above 55 average. Ricky Ponting, the fastest Australian to reach 10,000 runs. So we'll talk about that as well. And Smith's entire journey, starting off as a young leg spinner, then converting into a batter, then becoming a captain, then the infamous sandpaper scandal came into perspective, then his comeback, that apology, everything in between. It's been a tremendous up and down career. So we talk about that in detail as well. Then we move on to the ICC Under-19 Women's World Cup, where South Africa is facing Australia in the first semi-final, and India is going to face England in the second. The final will be played on the 2nd of next month. All matches are scheduled at the Oval in Kuala Lumpur. So we'll talk about that in detail as well. Then we move on to the UEFA Champions League. Top 8 teams have qualified directly for the round of 16. Manchester City must beat Club Brugge to stay alive in the match, and then of course PSV versus Liverpool. That's a crucial match as well. So a couple of games that are now neck and neck, and we'll talk about that in detail. Time now to introduce the guests. First of all, joining us in studios is our sports expert, international cricket commentator, broadcaster and presenter, K. Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We've also been joined by sports expert Malik Usman Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, I'm doing well.
Thank you very much for joining us as well, sir. Now, like I said, a lot of these things need to be put into perspective as well. K. Asif Ahmed, we've discussed many things regarding the Champions Trophy. Even yesterday, we had a long discussion as well. But I think at one point, we all must appreciate that the scale of work was unprecedented. These 3 premier stadiums in Pakistan have been pretty much the same since, we were born. We saw nothing changing in them. And for the very first time, a huge ICC event after 1996 in Pakistan has not only given Pakistan an opportunity to showcase to the world that we're capable, but at the same time, a lot of credit needs to be given to the Pakistan Cricket Board for meeting all of these deadlines. And despite all kinds of pressure, they've made sure that these stadiums are worthy of an international tournament.
Well, Ahmed rightly said that. And right before this tournament, I do remember, if you check out the media from last 5-6 months, especially international media, especially Indian media, everybody was talking about that the Pakistan is not capable to finish and complete the work right before the Champions Trophy, because that lots of renovation was going on at Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium, Gaddafi Stadium, and National Bank Arena, Karachi. But yes, hats off the way they have worked. Day and night work and tireless work was going on, and the chairman Pakistan Cricket Board, the way he was visiting different stadiums time by time and giving some dates to complete this work right before the Champions Trophy, because when this ICC event is happening right after a long time in Pakistan, and we want the completion right before the time. Today, Chairman Pakistan Cricket Board, he visited Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium, and he has been told that each and everything is ready, and I think 95% work has been done. I have visited Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium several times, and I've just checked this renovation work. It's going really fastly, and the guys are working tirelessly. Definitely credit goes to the management of Pakistan Cricket Board. Even in today's newspaper of India, they're just propagating that the completion work hasn't completed yet, and some of the authorities and some of the higher authorities in ICC, they have just resigned right before the ICC Champions Trophy, because they were not able to get all the details and all the confirmation from the Pakistan Cricket Board, which is definitely a fake propaganda from Indian media, and they always do this, and they always just talk about they always just spread negativity about Pakistan. So I think credit goes to Chairman Pakistan Cricket Board and his team, the way they're working really hard. And as you were telling in your intro, the hype is now over the moon. And you know, right before the show, you were telling us that the tickets have been sold of England and Australia match. What does it mean? That the Pakistanis, they're passionate, and every Pakistani, they are united under the green flag, that we will definitely go with the full flow, with the full force, and we will enjoy this mega event in Pakistan.
Absolutely. We're going to come to the fans' perspective and the onus on us as the general public and as Pakistanis, what it is, in just a bit. But before that, Usman, I would like you to comment as well on the scale of work that we've seen, which has been unprecedented. And like I said, that we have been used to the same kind of stereotypical old stadiums, and we've never actually moved on to what international standards have been. You know, the fans' experience, the comfort level, the basic amenities that are required in a stadium. Now, ICC tournament has for the very first time given an opportunity to us to change these things.
See, we are talking and criticizing our board and the stadiums as well, but we have to see that Pakistan was going through a very unprecedented scheme of things that had happened for the past 10-20 years. That was war on terror, and once Pakistan was banned from hosting international cricket, no team was coming to Pakistan, and our stadiums were just a burden to our PCB, because we were not having any international cricket or any franchise cricket in that time. So there was no development. We could not even think about having that development. Just a couple of years back, the teams have started to visit Pakistan, and how handsomely. And then we are having the PSL, the Pakistan Super League, and now things are moving towards bettering the conditions of the stadiums. We had international level stadiums. We hosted World Cup final in Pakistan in 1996, but for the past 20-25 years, we did not have any international tournament, that is the ICC tournament. So why would we investing so much millions of dollars to upgrade our stadiums throughout the country? That was not required, if I don't make anyone aggressive here. So, but since we got the Champions Trophy, and there is celebration in the air, and the people are looking forward to this tournament, and the tickets are being sold very quickly. So that's likewise for the stadiums as well. They are being upgraded. They are being upgraded to the world class level. If you look at our contemporary rivals like India or other countries, I will talk about India because they hosted a 50 over World Cup just a year or two before in 2023, and their stadiums were not up to the mark, and they host IPL every year for the past 10-15 years, and they don't have a very good stadium. I just don't understand why their media is so much concerned about Pakistani stadiums. If they had given even a 50% attention to their Indian stadiums, I think they could have competed against England or Australia with the finances that they hold. But all in all, I think credit must be given to Mr. Mohsin Naqvi and the PCB for what they are doing, and they are doing at a lightning speed. And I am pretty sure that once this Champions Trophy comes into the action, you will see some wonderful stadiums that Pakistan has prepared over the past couple of months, and it would be a dream experience for all the teams and the fans visiting this stadium, and it has all the material, all the ingredients of having a very successful ICC event.
Well, absolutely. And I think, like I said, you know, just before this question, Asif, that we, all of us, really collectively need to understand our responsibility as well. Now, of course, we're the host nation, and that says a lot. For the past more than 1 month, I have been somewhat disappointed as the way our general public have, you know, not all of them, but certain segments have been very critical of the stages of development. They've made memes about not completing stadiums. They've made memes about Pakistan not being able to host, which is very unfortunate. What we don't understand, that as a collective nation, it's our responsibility to make this tournament a success. It's not just the PCB. It will be the fans who go inside the stadium. It will be the vendors outside, because it's not just the players coming from these 8 countries, these participating, obviously 7 countries excluding Pakistan, but the fans coming from all over the world, the journalists coming from all over the world, the broadcasters coming from all over the world. The whole cities and the whole country will come to life.
Well, the entire world is watching that what Pakistanis are doing, and rightly said that if you're making these kind of memes, just making fun of Pakistan, you're not making fun of PCB, you're making fun of Pakistan. I'm not saying that don't criticize over the policies. I'm not saying that that you don't talk even that what's happening. You do talk, but I think that it's a big cause. It's a greater cause. It's the cause for Pakistan, not for the Pakistan Cricket Board, or not only for the Mohsin Naqvi. You're supporting your nation, you're supporting your country. I think I strongly agree with you that the entire nation, as I said, that we are under one flag, and that is green flag. The Pakistanis, they're supporting, the crowd always very enthusiastic, not only in the international events, but even in the Pakistan Super League. We watch that, the action-packed matches and packed ground with the spectators. So I think that now this is the time to prove in front of the world, yes, we are united, and this is the Pakistanis event. And the Pakistanis, they are too much confident, and they're really welcoming nation. Everyone knows that the hospitalities of Pakistan, rightly said that, that the 7 nations, they're visiting Pakistan. Sorry, 6 nations, they're visiting Pakistan, not apart from India. And as Usman Bhai was mentioning their negativity, that this is what we expect all the way from India, that they don't support Pakistan, especially when we talk about the cricket. Rightly, Shoaib Akhtar has mentioned a very interesting comments, and he said that even if Pakistan try to get victory against India in Dubai, so India will not play against Pakistan in Dubai as well. So these are the comments which now we are getting. So what does it mean that the hype is there? The international cricketers are supporting Pakistan. The former test cricketers, they're just supporting Pakistan. So yes, stop making memes. Just try to support your cricket board. This is the Pakistan's event, not only the Mohsin Naqvi's event.
Absolutely. Usman, what would you like to add for the fans and the viewers that are watching, the responsibility of each and every Pakistani towards this event?
See, talking about an ICC event, it's itself a huge moment for Pakistan, and having a tournament after 30 years is massive achievement. We have to realize as a country, as people and fans of Pakistan cricket, that these kind of events don't happen every day for Pakistan in Pakistan. So you have to take this responsibility and show that how responsible people we are and how welcoming we are. The teams that are coming to Pakistan, the fans that are coming to Pakistan should have a memorable event. They should enjoy this extravaganza, this festival that is going to take place from 19th of February in Pakistan in 3 cities, Rawalpindi, Karachi and Lahore. And I think it is going to show that how good Pakistan as a host is, not just the PCB, but the Pakistan as a country. I'm sure we are going to have fantastic security, fantastic hospitality and outstanding cricket. For that matter, the country as a whole should unite together. It's not only PCB's duty. It was PCB's duty to bring the tournament to Pakistan, which they have done successfully. It is their duty to prepare the stadiums, that which they are doing. It is their duty to bring the teams to Pakistan, that they are doing. How they are treated in this country, how the cricket is treated in this country, in this tournament, is the responsibility of the fans. I'm sure all our stadiums would be filled with every game that is going to take place. Every game is an event, and every event will lead this extravaganza to bigger and bigger heights. So I'm sure that Pakistan, as far as the country is concerned, are going to be very welcoming. They are going to show unwavering support to all the teams that are coming to Pakistan. We are going to show how brilliant hospitality that this people of Pakistan are known for, and they will get first-hand knowledge come 19th February 2025.
Absolutely, and I think it's already excitement. The buzz is still there. People are actually talking about where to watch these games if you're not going in stadiums. And in our part of the world, Asif, the culture is brilliant, isn't it? You're having get-togethers, you're trying to screen these games everywhere you can, and people are actually excited if they're not able to go to the stadiums, friends and family, to watch the games together.
This is, second religion in Pakistan. Not only Pakistan, but the subcontinent as well. And Ahmed, you know that right before the Champions Trophy, that Pakistanis will definitely enjoy the Tri-Nation Series as well. So it's starting on the 8th of the February in Gaddafi Stadium, and then a couple of matches in National Bank Arena. So we'll get momentum right before the Champions Trophy. Yes, sitting with the families, even in some of the cinema halls, you know that they used to screen Pakistan, especially Pakistan-India matches. So not only in the stadium, but you'll see in the halls, in the malls, somewhere in the big markets, everybody is really enthusiastic about these kind of cricket matches. And this mega event is happening after a long time, almost after 2 decades in Pakistan. So the ICC event got some importance. Not only the perspective that the rest of the teams are coming, but the important is that now Pakistan is a peaceful country. I do remember a very sad and dejected event. What happened with the Sri Lankan team, and Pakistanis were away from the international cricket. And of course, the credit not only goes to the security forces, but credit goes to the Pakistani nation as well. They fought unitedly, and they showed their strength. And now Pakistan is a peaceful country, and every nation is visiting Pakistan. So that's the moment. That's why the families are ready to enjoy this, as Usman Bhai was talking about this extravaganza. I'm quite sure that these moments will be definitely unforgettable moments for the Pakistani.
Well, I must ask you, Asif, at this moment, obviously all of us are supporting Pakistan, but still, we still have another team that we're supporting at the same time as well. You have to pick two. So Pakistan is an automatic choice. Apart from Pakistan, who's your team in this Champions Trophy?
Very simple answer. I love New Zealanders, and just because of their passion, just because of their fighting skills. And they have some brilliant players as well. There are some fantastic players, some new players like Daryl Mitchell, Rachin Ravindra, and Kane Williamson, and Mitchell Santner, each and every player. So after Pakistan, I will support New Zealand.
Yes, Usman, what would you like to add about the second favorite team going into this tournament?
Do you have any doubt about it? Australia, of course.
Oh.
Australia.
The championship mentality.
Massive fan of Australia since the 90s. It's not yesterday. It's for the past 20, 30 years. I just love Australians. It's because of the way they play. It's not always about winning. I have reiterated this many a times that this Australian team for the past 3-4 years is not world beaters. They have a good team, but they are not world beaters. They win because of their mentality and their never say die attitude. That is something that I like about this team. It's not always about winning, but the way how you play. One team has to win, one has to lose, but sometimes Australia always ends up winning.
Well, certainly. I think that championship mentality which puts them above the rest, and that never, give up attitude, and especially with the fact that Pat Cummins has been able to lead them brilliantly. I truly believe that Australia has all of that in there as well. But who's your second favorite team? You can always tell us going on our social media handles on Facebook, on X, on Instagram, obviously, on YouTube. So you can always tell us and comment who's your second favorite team, who you think, Pakistan, of course, are all the way. But then again, you still need a second favorite, don't you?
Ahmed,
that being said, yes.
Ahmed, before finishing, let me ask you, what about your choice? You have asked this choice about mine, about Usman Bhai. What about you?
South Africa. Well, I'll be very
good
honest.
call.
I think South Africa have got a great team. This is a young side that's giving us a lot of good quality cricket. Unfortunately, they've got the tag of the chokers, but I think this World Test Championship final.
Three different choices.
Three different choices, yes. Yeah. But I did look on paper, I did say that, New Zealand has that quality to surprise everyone in this tournament, and that might just happen. But then again, because New Zealand and Australia have already been picked, then why not South Africa? But that being said, of course, we move on to another milestone in cricket where we've seen Steve Smith now joining that elite club of 10,000 plus runs in Test cricket. Asif, what would you like to add about his career?
Well, if you see his career, of course, as you mentioned in your intro, that he has started as a leg spinner, and then people were talking about his batting technique, and then some of the things about his character, the people he was involved with David Warner, and after an apology, you have seen that he has changed his attitude. He has changed his attitude towards cricket. He has changed his attitude towards his batting, and the way he has performed for Australia has been incredible. It's not easy, when we talk about the fastest 10,000 runs in Test cricket, in Test cricket, because you have started your career as a leg spinner, and people, they knew you that you are a good leg spinner. But this is how you transform yourself with the hard work and with the mentality, with a good approach. So I think that was amazing player, lovely to watch. I always enjoy his batting in Test cricket. Some of his brilliant and unforgettable innings, either it's in Border Gavaskar trophies or either in the Ashes against England. Australia always produced some brilliant talent in batting. And when we talk about in last 5-6 years, the Steve Smith is performing continuously. His performance, that's the best thing, that when you are performing for your nation constantly, and you're bringing some extra energy in your performance, definitely you get results. And that's it. That's the Steve Smith. We applaud you.
Absolutely. Usman, it's been a very, I would say, dramatic career for Steve Smith regarding that scandal and everything, the way he had to let go of his captaincy. But, he's still part of the Australian team setup. What would you like to say?
I think he's a brilliant talent, no doubt about it. But he was lucky when he came into the Australian side. He was in an Australian side that was all conquering, with the likes of Ricky Ponting and some great players like Gilchrist and all. And he was there in the side, and once they asked Ricky Ponting what is he doing in this great side, he said that he is here to cheer this dressing room up. And who would have thought that he's going to be one of the greatest of all time in the Australian badges. Only 4 players from Australia have scored 10,000 runs. Border, Ponting, Steve-O, and now Steven Smith. And he's done in 205th innings. That is remarkable. And mind you that he started as a leg spinner. He was not a great leg spinner certainly, but a superb fielder. His fielding standards has not dropped one bit. He has stopped bowling now, but as a batsman, especially in Test cricket, he has been phenomenal. Averaging 55 at a time he has an average of over 70, and as a captain in 38 Test matches he averaged 66. That was outstanding. But he had a downfall in that sandpaper scandal, and he, Bancroft and Warner were suspended for a year or so, and he was at that time at the peak of his career. So he missed 1 year of his peak time, and that would have hurt him. Maybe 1,000 runs less in Test cricket and a couple of centuries too, but scoring 35th 100 is no joke. But I think we all saw that coming. 10,000 runs he was going to score anyway, and he has been doing well. Welcome back to form as well in the last 7 innings, 3 centuries. So Steven Smith, I'm not so sure how great he is in T20. He is good in one days, but he is remarkable in Test cricket. I think his legacy will be defined in terms of Test performances rather than one day or T20. But as a fielder and as a batsman, he is simply outstanding, and I think he still has a couple of years more, and he may end up as the best batter in Test cricket for Australia.
Certainly. Well, thank you very much, K. Asif Ahmed, and thank you very much, Malik Usman Ahmed, for joining us. We take a short break. We come right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Sports Extra. Now we move on to the Champions League, and a lot to discuss. We've been joined in studios with Ali Mehdi. Assalamu alaikum, Ali. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm very well.
And we're also hanging on to Malik Usman Ahmed because we have to. We have to talk about Manchester City and their woes. So why not keep Malik Usman in the studios? Ali Mehdi, what would you like to tell us? Because now for certain teams, it's now, do or die. They're almost with 1 foot out of the Champions League, 1 foot inside the Champions League.
Look, it's a do or die situation right now. Now we come up to the penultimate, the last week of the first round of the Champions League. Game week 8, and you have about 13 teams who are fighting for that automatic spot into the round of 16. 1 to 8 actually qualify for the round of 16, and then 8 to 24 actually fight for will be actually fighting in a knockoff competition, out of which 8 will actually go for the round of 16. So it's very, I would say that it's very enthralling. You've got a lot of teams who are actually fighting from there, right from number 3 to number 6 to number 13. They're actually fighting for those top 8 positions. You've got Arsenal over there, till Brest, who are actually fighting for those top 8 positions, automatic positions. So a lot to play for. it's going to be very interesting. And the most interesting thing is that in game week 8, all the teams are playing at the same time, just to make sure that there's equality and fair play. So, that's a good move by the UEFA.
Ali Mehdi, I have to interrupt you here. You have to talk about Manchester City at this moment with Usman sitting right across you.
Well, Manchester City, they've been absolute. They've had a horrible season, to say the least. You're talking about a team who are the 2 years ago, they won the Champions League in 2023. They went and won in Kiev over there, beating Inter Milan in the final. They've had a horrible season. They got destroyed last week by PSG. We make fun of PSG, they're near the teams who, get so close but yet so far. But, they beat them, and now Manchester City right now in this position, they have to win today, otherwise they can say goodbye to their Champions League for this year.
Yes, Usman, you'd like to obviously, make sure that Ali Mehdi is bound to expunge some of his statements right now.
I think whatever he has said is absolutely right. If you look at the past couple of years' time, Manchester City was the team to beat. They were always favourite come the Champions League season, and they never disappointed us. Semi-final was a must, going into the final, losing against Chelsea, then winning the Champions League against Inter Milan. I think they were the most consistent side. They had a brilliant squad. All of a sudden this season they are just in shambles. We just don't know whether the opposition is playing better or they are playing poor. Look at the game, the previous game against PSG. Both teams were fighting for the playoffs. Forget about the top 8, they were fighting for the playoffs. And City was 1 point ahead of PSG, and they were in a 2-0 lead as well. And then suddenly they just let 4 goals in. And this was not a one-off situation. They have been doing this for the whole season. They just cannot defend, and they just cannot put clean sheets together. Their defense is in shambles. Their goalkeepers are being chopping and changing. Once you have Ederson, then he's gone. You have the other goalkeeper, then he comes back. And it's just that they are all in shambles. They are shocked by what they have got. They have almost the similar squad. It's not
right. Definitely. Now we go towards a short break, but stay tuned. We come right back. Well, welcome back. Now, it's been many years of success and glory where Pakistan's only English channel has served Pakistan since the year 2013. Be it audience in Pakistan and all around the world, we've made sure that we bring you all the updates of Pakistan throughout the world in the language of English. We're once again joined, of course, with some very special people who are part and parcel of Pakistan television, including the Honorable Danial Gilani Saab, who also joins us now, who is also spearheading PTV into a new era of course, progress and development, flanked by other directors as well, who've been very graceful in joining us for this occasion as well. So I'll request Honorable Danial Saab to cut the cake, and of course, as we celebrate and wish PTV World a very happy birthday, a journey that started from 2013, and congratulations to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Right, of course, and since 2013, once again, we're very thankful to all our team of PTV World and PTV in general. Thank you very much to Honorable Danial Saab as well. And like I said, it's been a journey that started in 2013, but a journey of progress and development that will inshallah continue with the support of all the gentlemen you're seeing, and especially to all our viewers as well, inside Pakistan and all across the world. A very thank you to you.
Yes, thank you to all the team of PTV World as well, who've been committed to 12 years of this dedicated and authentic broadcast, and of course many more years to come. With that, a happy birthday to PTV World.